Hello, animation students. Welcome once again to our online lessons in animation. In this particular video, we're going to talk about the basic tools of Adobe Animate. So we are inside the interface of Adobe Animate. All right, so this is basically the canvas right here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to explore. We're going to explore the basic tools, the tools that are used for drawing and animating and coloring. So first we begin with the brush tool. Okay, so this is the brush tool right here. So if you mouse over that icon right there, it's called classic brush tool or simply brush. So it's the brush tool. Now the shortcut for the brush is B. That's the hotkey. So now the brush tool is very conducive for rough sketching. So as you can see, I'm creating some rough sketch here. And I'm using the brush tool for roughing up my character. All right, so that's my character right there. Okay, so, and as you can see, this is rough. My character is really rough. Okay, now another thing about brush tool is that you can enlarge or minimize the size of the tip of your brush. So on your keyboard, I want you to look on your keyboard. No, tingnan niyo yung keyboard ninyo, meron siyang tinatawag na bracket keys na ganito. It has a, you have bracket keys on your keyboard. This is the left bracket key and this is the right bracket key. Okay? So now, if you press the left bracket key, what happens is that it minimizes, it makes the tip of your brush tool smaller. So see what happens with my doodle. They're very thin. My doodle, the line work, my sketch is very thin. Okay, so that's my brush tool. That's my drawing right there. All right. Now, if you press the right bracket key on your keyboard, so what happens is that your brush becomes thicker. So that's what happens. Okay, so that's the brush. Okay. Now, of course, you can select this upper box right here. It's called the fill color. That's basically the color of the brush. You can click on that and select any colors right here. Okay. So it has plenty of selections that you can choose from, right? So now, of course, the brush tool, the shortcut of which is B, it has a partner. Okay, it has a partner and it's called eraser. Okay, if the brush tool does the drawing, the eraser does the erasing. It's as simple as that. So kapag pinindot mo yung eraser and it's located under the brush tool, and of course the mouse over will tell you it's the eraser right here. So what it does is it erases. Okay, it erases your drawing. Now, similar to the brush tool, you can also enlarge or minimize the tip of the eraser by clicking on, or rather pressing, the bracket keys. So if I press the bracket key on the right, it erases a great portion of the drawing. So upon expanding it further, of course, it will really, really erase a lot. And of course, if you press the left bracket key of your eraser, the tip of the eraser is going to be smaller. Okay, so that's the eraser tool right there. Okay, so all right, so aside from the eraser, you have the pencil tool or the paintbrush tool. Okay, you have the paintbrush tool. So the paintbrush tool is not located here at the toolbar. In the 2019 edition of Adobe Animate, the paintbrush tool is located somewhere here. But unfortunately, in this current version of Adobe Animate, which is the 2024 version, you cannot locate the paintbrush. Okay, so for you to locate the paintbrush, you have to click on the three buttons right here, the three dots, and you can see the paintbrush right here. It's the paintbrush tool. Okay, so you're going to drag it somewhere here. Let's just put it right here. Okay, and then close it. Press S. Yeah, close it. And of course, as you can see, let's select the paintbrush tool. That's the paintbrush. So it looks like this. Now, if you notice, the paintbrush is colored black. Why is it colored black? It's because the lower, the lower box right here, it's called the stroke color, and it's basically black. So you can actually change this into different colors as well. Okay, so that's the color of our paintbrush. Remember, the paintbrush is different from the brush. Okay, so magkaiba sila. So you can actually swap the colors. You can actually change the color by clicking on that and then just selecting whatever color you desire. Okay, now let's talk about a little bit about the paintbrush. The paintbrush can be enlarged and can be minimized as well. Okay, so pwede mo siyang palakihin, pwede mo siyang paliitin. Papaano? Gamit ulit, no, by using or by clicking on the left and the right bracket tools on your keyboard. So siguro naman alam ninyo kung saan matatagpuan ang bracket tools, no? O yung bracket keys. So if I press the right bracket key, the lines become thicker. If you press the left bracket key, the lines become thinner. Now, um, also, you can, about this paintbrush tool, when you go to the properties menu right here, you can actually slide this slider right here. It's called the stroke size. And you can basically manipulate the thickness of the paintbrush. This is not the brush tool. This is the paintbrush, which is different from the classic brush or the brush tool. You can actually minimize this. You can slide this one. So as you slide this area, you can see that the value is changing right there. All right. So you can actually type the value right here. You can click on that and press, let's say, for example, 3. And this is it. Now, the paintbrush is actually good for cleanup. Sometimes you can also use that for rough sketching. So that's my drawing right there using the paintbrush. Okay. So we have the brush, we have the eraser, and we have the paintbrush. Now, of course, for the paintbrush, the shortcut for the paintbrush is, if I'm not mistaken, let's mouse over. Okay, the shortcut for that is Y. Okay. So normally, when I create my rough sketch using brush tool, I clean up the rough sketch using my paintbrush. Okay. So, all right. Now, after paintbrush, we have the bucket tool. Okay, so the bucket tool is basically located right here. Okay. Now, if you select that, it doesn't work. Now, for the bucket tool to work, there has to be an enclosure. So, kailangan may enclosure para gumana ang bucket tool. So, ano ba ibig sabihin ng enclosure na yon? No, what does enclosure mean? Okay, let's just say I create a circle. That is an enclosure. Now, of course, I'm going to select the bucket tool and I'm going to click on that. And it's color blue. Okay, so why is it like that? Okay, why is it like that? It's because, okay, it's colored blue. It's because of the fill color right here. This is the fill color, the upper box. Now I can change that, create another enclosure, and color it like this. Okay, so that's how the brush works. Okay, so that's how you color in Adobe Animate or in Adobe Flash. You use the bucket tool. Now sometimes if you have sometimes you have an opening that looks like this. Okay, so there's an opening right here. If you look at that, there's an opening. Your bucket tool is not gonna work. Okay, so what you have to do, okay, you have to select your bucket tool, and right here underneath, okay, this is actually the extension of the properties. This is the gap size right here, and you can select close large gaps, and then it will work. So that's the brush tool, or sorry, that's the bucket tool. Okay, so so aside from the bucket tool, we have the eyedropper right here. Eyedropper. So you can actually select any color right here. Okay, you can use this, but basically, yeah, the boxes right here has an automatic eyedropper. So let's say, for example, the upper box right here, you selected it, and then you go for the brush tool. So this is what happens. This is going to be the color of your drawing or your sketch. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to explore the other tools in Adobe Animate. All right, so I'm gonna see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.